going to cross this leg over, and I'm going to grab my foot, take a breath in. We're getting some really good activity of, you should be feeling this right on the side here. Rotational component to this. Hey guys, Dr. Will here from Miami Spine and Performance in Hollywood, Florida. One of the patient populations that I've been working with a lot over the past year is golfers. So obviously we're here in South Florida, the weather's nice year round, and so a lot of people are out golfing. However, a lot of people have different injuries that come with golfing. So I see a lot of hip stuff, knee stuff, and low back stuff. So obviously golfing is a rotational sport, right? It's a non-contact sport. It's a rotational sport though. So we have to make sure that in order to be not only a good golfer, but a healthy golfer, that we're able to rotate our body properly and train the rotating muscles of our body to all work together. So the first exercise that I'm going to show you guys, and these can be used as a warm-up or they can be used as part of a training program if you're working with a coach, is a stretch that's called the bretzel. So this is an absolutely awesome stretch. And it just kind of unwinds your body. So if you're one of these people that you work from 8 to 3 and then you go hit, 9 holes in the evening, but you just had a long work day, this is a great stretch to kind of unwind your body. So all you're going to do is you're going to lie on your side. You're going to place your top leg over like this, and your back leg is going to go like this. Okay? And then from here, I'm going to take a breath in, and I'm going to exhale and look up at the ceiling. Breathe in, exhale, look up at the ceiling. One more time, breathe in, exhale, look up at the ceiling. Right? And depending on what area is tight, you might feel a number of things. For me, I feel more hip. You might feel your upper back, you might feel lower back. But again, you just want to work within the range that you're capable of. So again, I'm going to cross this leg over, and I'm going to grab my foot, take a breath in. Exhale. Big breath in. So I'm closing this down, decreasing the stretch, and then opening and increasing the stretch. One more time. Okay, guys. In addition to doing reps, sometimes I'll have patients just hang out here for a minute or two and just breathe, right? Generally, it feels really good. It's not an uncomfortable stretch. If for some reason you're not flexible enough to do the stretch as is, I'll have the patients loop a towel or a band around their foot, so then you can get into a nice comfortable position. Okay, not everybody's going to be able to do this stretch right off the bat. Okay, so that's usually what I'll start people with. I'll say, hey, if you have 3 minutes to warm up before you get on the course, do a bretzel 1 minute on each side, right? It's just a great way to unwind tension from your body. And you also want to have a lot of awareness while you're doing these stretches. Like, what are you feeling? Is there any discomfort? What's tight? Are you having difficulty breathing in that position? It's a good way to kind of be a self-diagnostic. So number 2, what we're going to do is a variation of the good old dead bug. And those of you that follow me on Instagram or YouTube, or if you're a patient, you've definitely seen this exercise many, many times. However, we're going to put a little bit of a spin on it for you golfers out there. So one of the things with golf that's really important is that we have good activation of our groin muscles or our adductor muscles. This is what's going to help us stabilize our leg while we're following through on the swing. So I'm going to get into this 90-90 position like so, and I'm actually going to give myself a little bit of self-pressure on this knee. So I'm trying to push my knee down, and I'm not letting it move, which means I'm activating the groin muscles on my left side. Now from here, I'm just going to extend my leg and bring it back up. Extend my leg, bring it back up. I can even add the arm as well, and the whole time, I'm keeping my left leg active through the groin, okay? We can do that on the other side. So again, I'm going to extend, come back up, extend, come back up, extend, come back up. Okay, guys, so this is a great way to activate not only the core, but the groin muscles and start to activate something called the oblique sling. So in addition to muscles, we also have fascia. So that's this string of kind of tissue that goes from the opposite leg to the opposite arm. And that's what allows us to generate a lot of power, whether it's a tennis stroke, whether it's a golf swing, whether it's hitting a baseball, whether it's pickleball, boxing. this oblique chain is what allows us to produce power across our body. And the dead bug with the hold is a great way to kind of get that chain primed so that when it's time to golf, everything's working in sync and we're not kind of choppy, right? So number 3 is going to be a clamshell. Again, if you've been following my channel, you know that I love the clamshell exercise. It's a great way to activate the rotators of the hip, right? So there's small muscles in the hip that are responsible for rotating the hips. Obviously, as we're golfing, we want to keep our feet generally fairly planted through the swing and rotate through the hips. So this is a great way to get those muscles primed to make sure that not only, again, that we're having a powerful swing, but also that we're protecting our lower back, okay? So we're going to go here like so. I'm going to lie on my side. And so for this exercise, my goal is going to be to activate the right hip, okay? So I'll just keep my arms planted, and I'll open and close. Notice how I'm not rotating through my pelvis. I'm just letting the hip come up and down, just like so. We're getting some really good activity of, you should be feeling this right on the side here, up and down. Okay, we can do about 12 to 15 on that side. Switch to the other side. And again, we're just opening and closing. Just like so. So I'm getting some nice deep activity of the hip there. Just like that. And again, all you guys need is just a small band. You can keep it in your backpack or your golf bag. It's a great way to kind of get the hips warmed up. A lot of times you'll see PGA guys, they all have chiropractors, PTs, athletic trainers traveling with them, using things like this to help warm them up before big tournaments and things like that. So now we're going to go into the other room, guys, and I'm going to show you 2 more exercises. Again, very minimal equipment required. This one, all you need is a light band, okay? So we're going to take, again, just a light band like so, and we're going to use this to activate, again, the core, right? So the core is what's going to allow us to hit the ball powerfully, accurately, and safely, right? Those are the 3 things that we want in any, racket or bat or club sport. We want to be powerful, accurate, and also safe, right? We don't want to hit the club so hard that the ball goes flying off to the side, and we also don't want to hit it so hard that we throw out our back, right? So having a good core is the secret sauce to being good at those kind of sports, in addition to, of course, practicing the sport. So we're going to take a band like this. I'm going to step out. I'm going to get right into like a starting kind of golf stance, semi-athletic position. I'm going to hold the band against my chest. And I'm going to press the band straight out. Okay? And hold the band against my chest, straight out. Now, if you're more advanced, you can add a rotational component to this. All right, so I'm using my obliques and I'm feeling myself rotating through the hips. I'm bracing my core, so I'm not just twisting my back. I'm feeling my core work and I'm feeling my hips rotate, right? It's a good way to just prime your system. You do both sides here, so just press. Notice how I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just kind of staying within a nice controlled range, right? Keeping my arms completely locked out. Everything's coming from the hips and the core, okay? So that's a really nice exercise. Again, everything's about just priming the nervous system, priming the muscles. The last one is going to be a standing hip rotation move, or a hip airplane. So we'll get in a single leg stance. Obviously in golf, we're on 2 feet. However, it's important for us to be able to distribute weight across our feet and again, be really comfortable rotating our body along this front leg, right? We want to be able to rotate through the front leg. So I'm going to lift up my back foot, cross my arms, and just rotate open and closed. So I'm going to close, open, close, open. You guys can see it's a pretty challenging variation. If you're having trouble doing it on one leg, you can get yourself in like a kickstand position and just rotate forward and backward. And you can do it on both legs. So again, you can go single leg stance, rotating, or you can go with a kickstand and just rotate your torso. So again, I'm keeping my toes and my knee pointed forward, and I'm just rotating my pelvis on my leg. And again, this is helping warm up the hip and also get me really comfortable being able to rotate through my hips and through my leg. So those are 5 exercises, guys, that you can use preferably before you go out on the golf course. If you're somebody that golfs on weeknights, which I know a lot of you do, get off of work, hop in the car, back's a little tight, neck's a little tight, run through this circuit once or twice. Your body will be primed for golf, and I guarantee you, if you warm up properly before golf, your score will be better. I'm not saying if you're not a good golfer, it's not going to make you a good golfer, but it'll make you a little bit better, and it'll make it safer so that you don't get injured. So thank you guys for watching. If you're a golfer or any type of athlete out there and you want to see more specific content related to your sport, please leave a comment on our YouTube or Instagram, and we'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like and subscribe.